So what's happening? Hope your day is going well. I just finished a training session, did a live video, kind of a little pooped, but I want to get this video out to you guys because I actually trained on this pre-workout. This is Wegohome's version 1.5, no sacrifice, no victory pre-workout. It's an awesome company with an awesome mission. So this is strength, focus, energy, and endurance. So does it deliver? We'll find out. So this is Dave with a mission to muscle. And not only is recovery, training, and nutrition important, but the supplements that we actually decide to spend our money on to throw into our regimen to reach our goal are as important. And I'm here to actually review these things, go over the ingredients, give you guys a little bit of knowledge on the ingredients if you don't know about them, and the effects, just in case this is something you want to throw into your regimen on your way to your goal. So we're going to jump right in this. Wegohome, no sacrifice, no victory. First, we're going to get the flavor out of the way since it's sitting right there. This is a kiwi strawberry flavor. And just so you know, it's right on. Very, very good flavor. You're not going to have any problem with it. Very nice hit, not overwhelming, no aftertaste, no nothing. They did a really good job on the flavor there. And this is a 1 scoop at 30 servings. So you don't see that too often. 30 servings, it's not a 1 scoop, 2 scoop type thing. And it's 17.5 grams, it says, for a scoop. And just so you know, a flat level scoop on my scale is 18 grams. So do a flat level scoop on this thing and you're going to be right on. So I'm going to jump into the ingredient profile. I'll put it right in front of me here. We got L-citrulline malate, 2-to-1 ratio, 6 grams. So it's going to give you about 4 grams of L-citrulline, which is for vasodilation, pumps blood flow, extra endurance because of oxygen delivery and nutrient delivery. And then the malic acid, which is going to work through the metabolic processes to provide energy. So very good ingredient. I like this in kind of energy-producing pre-workout. So if you're ever looking for a pre-workout and you're looking for one that's going to kick you with some sustained extra energy and endurance and less fatigue, L-citrulline malate has always worked great for me at that 6 grams to 8 gram dose, coupled with other ingredients, of course. So I'll let you guys know how this thing hits. So we got beta-alanine next at 3.5 grams. More reps, more sets, less fatigue in the gym, itching, scratching, pins and needles, whatever you're going to get. And this is all depends on if you're saturated. So this ingredient is like creatine. You have to be to a saturation point to get that extra, sets, reps, and less fatigue in the gym. But it does have, some acute benefits to it. They're just, not as strong as they claim in the studies unless you're saturated. Then we have concrete. Creatine HCl at 1.5 grams. You either love it or you hate it in the pre-workout. I believe that they put concrete or they put creatine in their pre-workout because they're trying to put together a supplement stack for people like military people, active people who actually put their lives on the line, police, military, SWAT, whoever they are, the fire department. They're trying to put together a line so these guys can actually go and buy their EA formula, this formula, and their amazing greens and reds formula. The best flavored stacked greens and reds formula. I'm just telling you that right now. So they're trying to put something together so you don't have to take any outside ingredients. So it makes sense for a company like that to put creatine in the product in their pre-workout. So, these active SWAT members who are training like CrossFit and they're training, intensely and they're always on the go and they're probably going to be taking this 5-6 days a week to stay in shape, that they're going to get loaded with creatine over a period of time. So, and they don't have to take an extra supplement there. So it's 1.5 grams of creatine HCl, and that's right in the efficacious dose. Dosing is 1 to 2 grams, so they're right in there. That's good. Then we have choline bitartrate at 1 gram. A lot of people think this is a lesser form of choline, but all these choline sources have a place in different type of pre-workouts. So this is an awesome ingredient at 1 gram. You find it in a lot of stem junkie pre's at 1 gram because it delivers not only some cognitive function and focus that's not overwhelming, just kind of like an awakeness, a sharpness, but it also delivers energy when it's stacked with caffeine and some of these other ingredients here, more so than like alpha GPC would or some of these other choline sources out there. So I like that in this particular product for the reason as far as how this thing delivers. Then we have agmatine sulfate, 1 gram. This is supposed to have some arginase inhibiting benefits to where it inhibits an enzyme, arginase, that's supposed to break down nitric oxide, but it also controls the NOS levels. You got eNOS, which is epithelial NOS, so that's the NOS that's released in the epithelial tissue within the blood vessels. Then you got iNOS, and then you got nNOS, which is neuroNOS for blood flow in the brain. So what this does is it raises eNOS and it levels out iNOS and nNOS. And the reason for that is it keeps them at kind of at bay. It doesn't squash them, but keeps them at bay. Elevated enos, so this gives the vasodilation, and it helps with the fatigue and mental kind of like instability, unstableness that you may get from a nootropic formula or something with a bunch of vasodilators, because when you elevate nNOS and iNOS, you can get problems with thought process. If the nNOS is too high, and iNOS, you can get inflammation. So by kind of like dampening them down, you're controlling inflammation and also the brain function as well. So then we got green tea extract as Cardio 6, 600 milligrams. And I believe Cardio 6 is the same thing as CellFlow 6. Didn't jump into it, but Cardio 6, I believe, is the same company that put out CellFlow 6. So it's something like Vaso 6. I'll put a link right here to my CellFlow 6 review so you guys can get an idea on this amazing ingredient. Love this ingredient. I don't know if it's the same thing as Vaso 6, but when you really dive into the studies, there are a lot of health benefits. And just real quick, so I'll just say it's got polyphenols, so you got a lot of antioxidant effects to it, and it's formulated with increased catechins and epicatechins, along with gallolated epicatechins, which are like kind of like the higher absorbable forms of epicatechins, pretty much. So it's formulated, it's a green tea extract that is enhanced with these, focusing on these particular ingredients, extracted through processes. So everything else is weeded out, other than the stuff that's going to provide health benefits. 600 milligrams is a whopping dose. This is going to help with vasodilation, because it does have some vasorestrictive blocker benefits, as far as blocking like peptides. There's a peptide that is released in the body. It blocks this peptide from aminos that's released in the epithelial tissue from restricting the blood vessels so they can stay open. It also provides no release within the endothelial tissue. So I don't want to bore with you guys, because you can see that the CellFlow 6 video to get more and more information about that. Then we have N-acetyl L-tyrosine at 500 milligrams. This is still kind of out there. This is supposed to be, it was touted at one time as the better form of L-tyrosine at lower dosages. Then all of a sudden it wasn't, and you're finding it more and more in a lot of pre-workouts. This is supposed to increase L-dopamine, noradrenaline, and adrenaline for cognitive function, focus, and energy in the brain, keep it awake, and put off less fatigue. So whether this is a better source, a lesser source, I don't know, but for me it's always hit, no matter what form it's been in a pre-workout. So there you go. Then we got an adaptogen mushroom matrix at 350 milligrams. And I call this a matrix, but it's not a mystery matrix. Love you guys for this. I love when a company, they can put a matrix in there, but they actually put the actual dosages of each one of these adaptogens. 3 adaptogens. These 3 adaptogens here are going to help with inflammation, fatigue, energy production. Reishi helps with testosterone. And of course you got lion's mane mushroom, which is the first one here, that is going to help with nerve growth factor in the brain, which is going to help with cognitive function and focus, plus a lot of health benefits as well. So we have lion's mane 150 milligrams, cordyceps at 150 milligrams, and then reishi at 50 milligrams. Immune functions, endurance building, cognitive function, and less fatigue, brain and body. So very good complex there, very good dosages. Then we got caffeine anhydrous at 300 milligrams, theobromine at 50 milligrams. We always like to see that higher, but all just depends on how it hits in a pre-workout. Theobromine is a cousin to caffeine, so it has some energy benefits to it. Not really strong at 50 milligrams, but it all depends on how it's coupled. We've got some really good diuretic effects. Just letting you know now, if you're training consistently on this sucker, you will sweat. And this is pretty much the only diuretic ingredient in here, so it hits. So you're going to sweat your butt off on this thing when you're training. So very good ingredient. I like it. It's also got some neurofunction effects, blood flow effects, and stuff like that. So, but it's all, like I said, it's all about a coming together with the ingredient profile. Then we got heparin A, 50 milligrams at 1%. This is going to block an enzyme that degrades acetylcholine in the brain to keep acetylcholine elevated. And I don't think it's just in the brain. It's in the body as well, which is going to help with the choline source in here and our muscle contractions, our cognitive function and focus. Then we got yohimbine HCl 1 milligrams. I like it doesn't have alpha yo. I actually like yohimbine better than alpha yo. 1 milligram, I'm telling you right now, you don't feel a dang thing. No negative side effects at all. This is going to be an alpha 2 and beta receptor agonist or anti-agonist. So it's going to frustrate those receptors in the fat cells, which in turn is going to help release fat and cause the cell not to want to store fat. And then in turn, what it does is it releases adrenaline through the central nervous system, through the fight or flight response within the body. So it kind of picks up an underlying energy there. So we go home. No sacrifice, no victory. How did it do? You're going to take the scoop here. Getting this out of the way. It's already 11 minutes in. Damn, I talk too much sometimes. So you're going to take the scoop here. The beta-alanine in this sucker kicks in. You're going to feel it within 5 to 10 minutes. And it's going to be that medium-high level beta-alanine that's going to stick with you for 15 minutes, probably medium-high, depending on how saturated you are to it. And I'm pretty saturated to it. So I was saying it was medium-high for about 15 minutes once it kicks in. And then it'll taper down. And it hangs around for another 15 minutes. So you're going to feel this for a half an hour. Very well-sourced form of beta-alanine. The energy on this, at no point is the energy ever life-threatening, heart-racing at any time whatsoever. But I'll tell you something. The energy picks up on this thing as you start training. So this is a slow feeling of a builder, but you're ready to go in 30 minutes. So you actually do not feel any anxiousness. You don't feel anything unhealthy whatsoever. You get up and you go and you realize, holy crap, I have energy. And from 30 minutes to I'd say about 55 minutes is when everything pretty much comes together. About 55 minutes, energy, focus, drive. And when it comes in as far as energy, you are going to have sustained energy to train. This is one of those pre-workouts that you will train for 2 hours and be fine. You'll dial down, your body will recuperate after training, and then you're going to have energy, underlying energy, cellular energy for another 4 to 5 hours. I had no problem not taking any more stims, and sometimes on these pre-workouts I'll have to take, because I'm just on the go, I have to take some more caffeine, 2 hours later to pick me up because I'm crashing or something's going on with the pre-workout, or got my central nervous system so stimmed that, you just kind of like, you feel unbalanced and the caffeine kind of settles you a little bit. This one here, 2 hours of training, you dial down, you recuperate, and you got 5 hours of energy on a cellular level. No crashing, no nothing. Fantastic job as far as a daily driver pre. This is not crazy stim junkie at any point or anything like that. It is probably this one's in my top 3 again, one of the most healthiest daily driver type pre's for just like the on-the-go type person. Focus and cognitive function is not extreme. It's dialed in, and it is just really coupled well with the energy. I have no problem dialed in to my lifts, to my contractions. Everything seems just balanced perfectly. Pumps. Now, pumps on this thing, it's going to be tight and vascular. And it's all going to depend on you. And if you have any kind of endothelial dysfunction, just like I said in my Cell Flow 6 review there, on how the pumps hit you, this one here, for me, the combination of the L-citrulline malate, the agmatane, and the Cardio 6 hit me super nice. I had nice, tight pumps to the training. Nice vascular pumps. No cell swelling. Other than that, this is Dave signing off, getting on with the rest of my day. If you didn't give the video a thumbs up, please give it now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you.